Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This is the foundation of every Stoic approach to rejection. The decision someone else made to pass on your application, to end the relationship, to dismiss the work you poured yourself into, exists entirely outside your control. It always did. What lives inside your control is your judgment of that event and the action you take next. Here is what makes this hard to accept. Rejection feels personal because it involves another person looking at us and saying no. But that no is almost always a function of their context, their priorities, their fears, their limited view of what you are. A hiring committee is not evaluating your worth as a human being. They are matching a resume to a job description. A person ending a relationship is following the logic of their own emotional history. None of that is a verdict on who you are. Epictetus said it plainly, "Men are disturbed not by the things which happen, but by the opinions about the things." The sting of rejection is not the rejection. It is the story you build around it, the story that says this proves something about your value. That story is yours, and what is yours can be changed. The practice: next time rejection arrives, ask one question before you do anything else. Ask it slowly. Is this a fact about me, or is this a fact about them and their circumstances? Almost always, the answer is the latter. Marcus Aurelius also wrote this, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The Stoics did not believe in suffering as punishment. They believed in difficulty as instruction. And rejection is among the most useful forms of difficulty there is, because it forces a clarity that comfort never could. When an idea is rejected, you are forced to sharpen it or abandon it. When an application fails, you are forced to examine the gap between where you are and where you want to be. When a relationship ends, you are forced to understand what you actually need versus what you simply wanted. None of this happens in easy acceptance. It only happens in friction. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." The person who has never been refused has never been tested. They do not know the shape of their own resilience. This is not optimism. Optimism is a mood. This is a method, a deliberate way of extracting value from what most people spend their energy avoiding. The practice: write down the most significant rejection you have experienced in the last year. Then write 2 specific things it forced you to learn, change, or reconsider. You will find the teacher inside the wound. This is the hardest Stoic truth about rejection, and also the most freeing. Marcus Aurelius asked himself in the Meditations, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others." We give strangers enormous authority over how we feel about ourselves. We let a hiring manager's 3-minute scan become a judgment on years of work. We let one person's silence become evidence that we are difficult to love. We let an audience's indifference to an idea become proof that we have nothing worth saying. The Stoics called this a category error. Your reputation, what others think of you, is not yours. It belongs to them. It lives in their minds, filtered through their moods, biases, and partial understanding of who you are. You cannot protect it, perfect it, or control it. Trying is, in Epictetus terms, reaching for what was never yours to hold. What belongs entirely to you is your character. The quality of attention you bring to your work. The choices you make when no outcome is guaranteed. The honesty you maintain under pressure. These are yours. No rejection touches them. Epictetus wrote, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." The practice: the next time you feel the pull of another person's judgment on your sense of worth, say this quietly: "Their opinion is theirs. My character is mine." Then act from your character, not from the wound. CTA 30 seconds. If this way of thinking is something you want more of, Stoic philosophy applied to the real pressures of everyday life, subscribe. New wisdom here every day. And if this reached someone who needed it today, share it. That is how this work finds the people it is meant for. Outro 30-45 seconds. Here is your Stoic challenge for today. Bring to mind one rejection that still carries weight, something you still hold quietly as evidence against yourself. Ask 3 questions. Whose opinion was it? What did it actually teach you? And what part of your character, your real character, remained completely intact, untouched, regardless of what they decided? The examined life does not begin when circumstances improve. It begins now. SEOTAGS. Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius wisdom, Epictetus quotes, Seneca quotes, Stoic philosophy, Stoic mindset, how to handle rejection, Marcus Aurelius meditations, Stoic teachings, rejection Stoicism, inner peace Stoicism, Stoic principles, ancient wisdom modern life, philosophy for life description. Rejection feels like a verdict, but the Stoics knew it almost never is. In this video, we explore 3 Stoic principles from Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca that completely reframe how you respond to being told no. Learn how the dichotomy of control protects your peace, why Marcus Aurelius called obstacles the path itself, and the one Stoic truth about reputation versus character that changes everything. These aren't abstract ideas. Each principle comes with a real practice you can use today. If you're done letting other people's opinions determine your worth, this is for you. Marcus Aurelius Meditations, Epictetus Enchiridion, Seneca Letters, Ancient Wisdom with Modern Clarity. Subscribe for daily Stoic philosophy that actually changes how you think and act.